everybody, All Things Parks at our favorite park, my favorite park.
Your favorite park. Don't be speaking for me.
I'm not speaking for you, but we are very excited. Well, maybe he's excited. I can't speak for him. Because we are at Festival of the Holidays, and we have already grabbed the first passport. You need to get a passport when you get here because you need to know what you're going to eat, drink, purchase.
Ooh, I've seen the merch. I don't know if I'll be purchasing anything in that category today.
But you never know. Sometimes you just need to buy something.
That's true, that's true. But yes, I hope there's a lot of gingerbread on this menu. I know that there's tons of sweets, so I'm hoping that it's filled with gingerbread.
Gingerbread, cookie strolls, cookie stroll cookie jars.
And I was peeking through. I did see that the donut box has actually quite a few sweets that have caught my eye. So we'll see if we venture over there. Otherwise, is there anything in particular you're looking for?
I'm looking for some bourbon.
Of course.
Nothing screams holiday like some bourbon and some donuts.
All right.
Let's head in.
Do it.
We have headed back to the World Showcase where all the magic is about to unfold. And we have seen the beautiful Epcot tree full of all the different language snow globes, ornaments.
They speak different languages?
They do, just press
Holy
them.
cow.
But we're gonna do the unthinkable. We always start in Mexico. And last year, Mexico had a pumpkin margarita that was out of this world. It's not on the menu this year. So, we're gonna start in Canada.
Yeah, let's switch it up. They've got quite a lot of options for us to chow into, and I'm excited.
All right, let's go.
So here at our first stop, we've got the Yukon Kitchen, and we pretty much just went after it on the first stop. Go big or go home. We've got our seared scallops to start with a parsnip silk, an apple chutney, and a hazelnut croquant. And then up here, we have our beef bourguignon. And then to our right, we have our cookie stroll cookie, which is a Snickers doodle cookie. So it's a Snickerdoodle with some crushed up Snickers on it. And then my most favoritist option that we went with was this maple bûche de Noël. And it is a maple mousse and cranberry roll in gingerbread chiffon cake. And then, of course, we had to go with all of our drinks. So we have the peanut butter and banana porter. We also have this lovely frozen coffee with Tap 357 whiskey. And then the last one is our cinnamon coffee beer, which is nice and dark. So we've got a lot to try here. I hope we've got the stomach for all of it. And it is time to dig in.
No meal in Canada can start without some whiskey, and they have a frozen coffee topped with 357 whiskey, because if you drink whiskey you might think there's 357 days in a year. I can tell there's just this layer of whiskey in between this beautiful whipped cream and that awesome iced coffee, and I'm gonna get it all because I'm not stirring it first. It's not the smoothest whiskey, not gonna lie, but getting that texture from the fatty whipped cream, and you get some of that ice texture from the slushiness of the iced coffee. This is a great way to start out the holidays here at Epcot.
First food item that we went with is the seared scallops, and like I said, there's some parsnips in there, there's a hazelnut croquant, and then there's some apple chutney just sprinkled in. So I'm gonna go in, I'm just gonna go one full scallop. That apple chutney gives it a beautiful sweetness, and it's super salty with that sear on the scallop, so it complements really well with your sweet and salty. I wish the scallop was just a little bit hotter, but as far as the flavor profiles, that apple really works well with that scallop, and I'm a big fan of that. That's a good bite.
All right, Canada is bringing on their French influence. We have beef bourguignon, which translates to beef burgundy, which is basically stewed meat in a red wine. This has chunks of potato, smashed potatoes, some broccoli, as well as some carrots, but really big helpings of this beef. It's so tender. And getting the different texture of a smashed potato instead of just like diced potatoes is really awesome. So overall, a great dish and another great addition here in Canada.
Now it is time to move on to dessert. We've had our beef, we've had our scallops, and now it's time to get a little dessert beer, or I guess I would classify it maybe dessert beer because it's peanut butter and banana. It's almost like a Foster's, but it's actually a porter. So give it a whirl. You get quite a bit of that banana flavor. I think the banana overpowers the peanut butter just a little bit. I'm not getting a whole lot of peanut butter, but as far as like the look of it, it almost has that peanut butter consistency, not consistency, but it's a little bit on the thicker side, and that's obviously because it is that porter. But it's definitely got that tint of peanut butter in it, but it needs a little bit more of the flavor. And then as far as the dessert, what I'm looking to most here is this lovely little Yule log. So it is a bûche de Noël, bûche de Noël, and it's that gingerbread chiffon cake. It's got a cranberry inside along with a maple mousse. You get a ton of that maple flavor. I'm not getting too much cranberry on that first bite. I'm going in for another one just so I can make sure I get that swirl on the fork. I really think the maple flavor is kind of just overpowering it. The sponge is really nice though. For the gingerbread, I think it just needs a little bit more gingerbread flavor. But all in all, it's a really good dessert. I wouldn't say one of the best that I've had here, but I am enjoying it.
We are carrying on with the maple flavor here at Yukon Kitchen, and this is a maple cinnamon coffee beer. Let's go. It is very dark. It tastes like very strong coffee. You don't get too much maple, too much cinnamon, just because I think you get slammed in the face with coffee. I love coffee. It's going great with my whiskey coffee. So all in all, a good beer, very holiday. And this is my dessert. This is going to be a Snickerdoodle Snickers cookie. And it's just loaded with Snickers. You can see them inside the cookie, you can see them on top. I'm gonna steal some from on top, put them on my little outside piece that I'm taking, because I'm hoping it adds some good crunch.
How are they going to do that?
The cookie is very, very crunchy. I love it. And it's like sandy, so there's even additional texture on top. Like they added some extra sugar to really make it a great texture. But kind of tastes like notes of like a blondie in there, but definitely has the texture of a really crispy sandy cookie. So great job, Canada.
Now that we have filled our bellies with as much food and sugar and beer as we possibly could in one place, it's time for a little window shopping. And look what we came across here in the UK. We've got Santa and his nice list, and it looks as though somebody's name is on there. That somebody being me, Andrew, and I don't see an Erica. She must have found her way onto the naughty list this year. Typical. Another gorgeous display here in UK is at the Toy Soldier. You can see those two toy soldiers on each side of the window. And then this fun little Ferris wheel that's got some of our friends in there.
I love coming to France. They always have beautiful poinsettias out front by the fountain, and they have these gorgeous red sparkly ornaments. This one is probably my favorite. It's the Arc de Triomphe, and look how beautifully it's lit up. And this one is probably my least favorite. It's l'Eiffel. It's the Eiffel Tower, and it doesn't light up. See?
We can get there in 10 minutes, yeah.
And it reminds me of the Eiffel Tower that's actually at Epcot, because they don't light it up anymore either. I am at L'Chaim Kitchen, and I went with the Hanukkah beer, and it is from New York, and it is amazing. So it tastes like a jelly donut. They had it here last year. I think it came back like 3 times to get it, and it really just like jellifies in your mouth and tastes like a jelly donut. So I know Andrew's super excited for the Donut Shack, but I'm more excited for this jelly donut beer.
One of the really fun things here at Epcot's Festival of the Holidays is going around to each country and getting a little bit of a traditional kind of script from either their Santa Claus or their Papa Noel or whoever it might be. So kind of their symbol for Christmas gets to tell you a little bit of the tradition for either that culture or for that country. And also with Erica's lovely beer that she has here, just wanted to point out that it does not really taste like a jelly donut. I don't know where she's getting that from. It's actually more of an IPA, I would say.
And the Donut Shack?
The Donut Shack is a donut box, but we're not picky here. And now that we have made it to the America Pavilion, it is time to check out the Candlelight Processional, the most coveted event of the year, and tonight it is being narrated by none other than Jodie Benson. Let's take a peek.
I am missing the Candlelight Procession, which is presented tonight by the voice of Ariel to bring you the greatest merchandise you will find here on property. And we are going to start with the Holiday Cookie Stroll cookie jar. And it is cute. It's Minnie Mouse themed, peppermint on top. It's very cute. All of the cookies from the cookie stroll are represented, so kind of cute. Also, then we have a lot of Sven and Olaf stuff. So this water bottle is kind of nice. You can see all the different countries are on it. And then, of course, your main man, Olaf, huge there. And then some clothing options. So down here we have It's That Time of Year. I won't sing it. I won't cause that pain. But look at all the snowflakes, and even Spaceship Earth as a snowflake. And this is a Spirit jersey. It's super fuzzy. So that's cute, and even bring in some purple, my favorite color. You gotta see the back. It's that time of year. Alright. This ornament, if you're into decorating. And you can see they got the Spaceship Earth on the background there. And here we are. A beanie right there. Same logos. And if you were not a fan of the first cookie jar I showed you, there is a dual compartment Olaf cookie jar, which is also very cute. So if you're into snowmen or Olaf or Frozen, there's some options for you. But if you are not into Frozen and Olaf, go to the Candlelight Procession. My last stop of the night is at Las Posadas. Andrew's giving me a head nod. I think I said it correctly.
Las Posadas Holiday Kitchen and Bath.
And more and beyond. In Mexico, obviously. And I had to go with the cranberry cinnamon margarita. As mentioned earlier, I loved the pumpkin margarita that they had last year, and that had mezcal in it. This also has mezcal, and I'm not the hugest fan, but I wanted to go into it with an open heart and an open mind because of how much I loved the pumpkin one last year. But in this, in addition to some cranberry, we are going to have mezcal, we're going to have lime juice, we're going to have orange liqueur, we're going to have some rosemary to represent a lovely little Christmas tree, and I think I hit everything. Cinnamon sugar rim, that's where you get the cinnamon from, so let's go in. You definitely get the smokiness from the mezcal, but it is balanced very well with the super tartness from both the lime and the cranberry, and getting that little bit of cinnamon and the sugar from the rim gives you your tart, sweet, and smoky all in one. So this is a very good holiday drink, and we are celebrating or sharing this right by the beautiful tree, getting all the sights in. Even Miguel joined us. He left the kitchen and he joined us for this. But I'm gonna sip on this, and in just a minute, I think Andrew's finally gonna get his donut.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, the donut box. Or as Erica likes to call it, the Donut Shack. We have a pumpkin cake donut with a pumpkin spice icing, and it just smells incredible. I cannot wait to dive into this. It's got just that spiced icing on top. I'm just dying to dive in. Warm, fresh, crunchy. So it's got just that cake donut is cooked so perfectly to where it's got that little crispness on the outside. So when you bite down, you get a little bit of that crunch. This icing on top has a great pumpkin flavor, probably just swimming with pumpkin pie spices in there. And just together, this is a very good donut. I've been craving a vanilla Long John, and supposedly in Florida, I cannot find vanilla Long Johns everywhere. I went to Dunkin' Donuts, Krispy Kreme, even though if they had one there, I probably wouldn't eat it. I also went to 7-Eleven, Wawa, Walmart, Sam's Club, Aldi, Publix. No one's got vanilla Long Johns. It's anarchy. But this at least fills the void for a little bit until I can find that vanilla Long John. I will find it. I went to D&G Donuts in Winter Garden. I went to Salt and Smoke, or Smoky Donuts, Salty Donuts down in the city. No one's got Long Johns. That's my rant. But this donut is very good. And like I said, it's going to hold me over for now. I've been craving a donut, so this was spot on. Thank you, Donut Box.
If you do not like any of the Festival of the Holidays merchandise, you can still get full price summer options, like this lovely picture or pillow.
Aloha.
Aloha is correct.
When did your mask grow 2 sizes?
I don't know. You got a little double chin action going. It's catching it. But also, full price Halloween stuff is still here, and it is December 2nd. We have made it to see the beautiful Christmas beacons of light on Spaceship Earth. That is going to do it for Festival of the Holidays. Of course, there is a whole bunch more to see, but overall, I think we definitely got a good slice of magic today.
I agree. We sampled some tasty treats, some delicious food, some decadent food, and then we also got quite a few drinks. So it was a good time. But like Erica said, there's definitely a lot more to do here at Festival of the Arts. I know they have a cookie stroll.
Festival of the Arts is going to start in February.
Festival of the Holidays. I'm one season ahead, always one step ahead. But Festival of the Holidays has a cookie stroll, so there are 6 cookies, and you get a pretty sweet, I believe, souvenir cup when you finish.
I'm not sure, but I know you love your cookies, so I'm sure we'll see soon what that has entailed. And I'm sure you're going to go home with probably a few cookie jars from all the great merchandise that they have to offer at this festival.
I think I will at least have 2 Olaf cookie jars, and I might stack them so that I'm going to get rid of one of the heads and just use 4 body pieces and make them extra tall.
I think that's a great idea. Definitely a great idea. I'm going to get myself one and just fill it with some bourbon.
Oh, wow. That's bold. But thank you for tuning in. It was nice that you were able to hang along with us and see Erica learn who Jody Benton was. So that's always a treat. And, you know, we'll catch you again here soon. We're going to be out at the parks checking out some of the decorations at the resorts. And, you know, what resorts do you think you're going to want to check out?
Definitely want to check out the Monorail Crawl because I love all of those resorts. I love the gingerbread house over at Grand Floridian. I love the tree at the Polynesian. Plus, you got to stop at Trader Sam's during the season.
That's a must.
Also, got to stop at Beach Club to see the carousel. So definitely on my to-do list.
Also, over at Trader Sam's, they do have the Jingle All the Way Nutcracker mug.
Skipper. He's a skipper.
Well, yeah, but he's like a nutcracker also.
Yes.
But anyways, they're passing it off as first edition. It's been out for years.
It's been out for years, and it's been in our collection for years.
Yeah, so don't let them trick you.
Don't let them trick you.
Second edition over at the Polynesian.
Also, So if you think that I belong on the nice list, please make sure to comment below. Also make sure to like and subscribe. But we will catch you at another park here soon to give you some more holiday cheer.
Bye.